When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word, people. That's how we spread the word. Danny's here tonight in a Yankees hat. World Series, I think more interesting than people thought.
Yes.
I mean, you had a game that went forever and ever and ever. Everybody's going, the best game ever. I'm going, I would be fucking crying. Unless I'm there and I spent enough money to be there, I don't think I'd give a shit. I couldn't watch that. What did it end? At 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning? East Coast time. East Coast time. Yeah. But amazing, right? And certainly Freeman's a hero again with the walk-off to end it. And then last night, there was a chance that L.A. could have come back in the final inning there in the final at-bat.
They only have two dudes who could hit right now. Who'd imagine that with that payroll? They have two guys, Shohei and Freddie. That's it.
And then it was
Freddie Freeman.
What's his name off of Shohei hit the home run?
Vlad Guerrero.
Yeah, Vlad Guerrero. And Junior. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Then I see this.
You saw the picture of like Vlad when he was a little kid with the Expos. Vlad was this old when the game started. Like the 18-inning game. Like so it's like 5 of those.
That's funny.
But you know who did the anthem for the 18-inning game? Was Brad Paisley.
Oh, really?
Who also did the anthem for the last 18-inning World Series game, which was the Dodgers and the Red Sox in 2018. He also did 2 other games that went 10 and 11 innings. So the moral of the story is don't ask Brad Paisley to do the anthem.
I saw a video. I thought you were going to tell me. Now, the games go back to Toronto. I wonder if
there's one more in Los Angeles as we're taping now, and then there will be 2 more in Toronto. But the series is definitely going back to Toronto.
Yeah, because
it's a best of 3 at this point.
Yes, best of 3, and good for Toronto.
Yeah,
right. 2 things on the World Series. Some people were posting this tweet about President Trump saying both teams are losers. I don't want to. We're going to investigate Major League Baseball. It's not true. He did not post that.
He never posted that.
He did not post that. But it's funny. He did ignore the Prime Minister of Canada on a bet for the World Series. Okay, big deal. But it was just funny to me because I saw this and people were like, this is your president. He's a lunatic. And it was written in Trump speak. Yeah. And then you're like, I don't know why I'm going to say this because, again, I'll say all the time, not really a Trump guy at all. Not really, just not. But he didn't do that.
No.
And that's the stuff that I don't like because as much as people want to say, well, there's fake coming, there's fake on both sides, and we got to be careful. And it's terrible now because with AI, who the fuck knows what's what?
Oh yeah,
you know who the hell knows?
You ever like something on Twitter, then come back with community notes? This was created with artificial intelligence.
No,
this isn't real.
No,
oh, yeah, I've had that happen.
No, I don't even look. I rarely go on social media. Mm-hmm. I'll scroll through pictures because I'm
a busy guy.
It has nothing to do with being busy. It really doesn't. Oh. I find there's nothing appealing about it.
It really isn't.
To me,
I got off Facebook 5 years ago. I don't miss it.
Well, I like seeing like what my friends are like, my college buddies are up to, and maybe some other friends and things like that. But for the most part, I'm not getting my news from there, and maybe I am. Maybe I'm seeing stuff, but I got enough. And you're right. It's not I'm busy. Everybody's busy. I just have enough stuff going on. It's funny, though, because this month is going to be this upcoming month, November, a bit of a shit show in terms of school stuff. But a piece of me emerged last night in class that, I might have taken a bridge too far.
Oh, Trump.
No, I might have just taken...
They were grilling cats in class.
No.
Stealing people's pets, making them into hamburger.
I might have taken a bridge just a little bit too far, and I even said that phrase, I was at a bridge too far. Yeah. Only because, like, I guess I was always... I don't know. I'm old by comparison to many of the other students. But what I have noticed is there is nobody who doesn't know who I am in that class. That doesn't not because of the podcast and not because of my history with radio.
Because
they never listen to it.
You're the senior citizen.
I don't know. There's other people as old as me or older. I'm like the fourth oldest, so I'm not the oldest.
Okay,
I'm up there. I'll give you that. But like the teacher will refer to me. She'll go, "Oh, you and I remember this, right?" And so, different thing. Or,
Reagan.
Yeah, but like other people, they all. I don't know. I open my mouth and they start fucking laughing or listen. So here was the I was going to say assignment. It's not really an assignment. Here's the exercise we did in the class last night. You had to invite 3 pairs of frenemies to your Thanksgiving dinner. And then you had to create a menu, okay? And whatever you used first, the last letter of the word had to be the first letter of the next item on the table, and you needed 8.
Okay.
You following me?
Right. So if you had turkey,
you had yams.
Yams.
Right. And
which means you had yams with the S, you'd have to have sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut, salad, soup, whatever, right? And you did that. And then if you had salad, then somebody had daiquiris at theirs. And okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So our frenemies, and remember, I'm the oldest, and it's all women and me in my group. And the frenemies, so they were picking, I think they had Kanye and Taylor Swift.
Okay.
They had Cardi B and
the Crips?
No, I'm trying to remember. I probably have it in my bag there. And then it was my turn, so I said Eric Clapton and George Harrison. Now, if you don't know, and some people are like, "Who's George Harrison?" I go, "He's a Beatle. He was a Beatle." Is this good?
Yes, it's great.
Okay, it's good because Eric Clapton fell in love with George Harrison's wife while she was still married to George Harrison, and she left Harrison for Clapton. And Clapton wrote the song Layla about this woman. So yet they're friends. Like, I once heard John Mayer say, Eric Clapton burned me a CD. He made me a CD of songs that he thought were important for me to hear. And one of them was a George Harrison song. And it was, I think it's, What Do You Mean to Me? I'd have to look it up. Maybe we'll play it. But it's not one of the better known George Harrison songs, but he said quintessential song. But how weird is that, right? Eric Clapton makes a CD for John Mayer and puts a George Harrison song on there. They did end up friends.
Yes.
But that's a fucking weird thing. So now, in this exercise, Dan, you had to put the food in front of certain guests and explain why. Why was the turkey going to be put in front of Taylor? Because she's going to host this, because it would really piss off Kanye. Kanye got the green bean casserole because he's a piece of shit. Nobody likes him, right?
My wife makes a good green bean casserole.
Okay.
So it might not be bad.
We make fun of green bean casserole. Most people, a lot of people do.
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
All right. Yeah.
So now, and I'm the one, because they all kind of look at me, and I don't know why. I just talk in these classes. I have no problem just answering questions and doing whatever. So I said, the stuffing is in front of Clapton because that's what he was doing to George Harrison's wife.
And were people on their phones going, okay, I'm looking this up. George Harrison.
Like the place went fucking crazy. And the guy who's instructing it is probably 38 years old. And he goes, whoa, my God. Ah! And he's like laughing. And I go, bridge too far? Was that a bridge too far? But like, yeah. So it just came out last night. It was just, it's like what I would do on the, right? We would say
like
that,
we would do here.
We would say that here.
Yeah.
We would say that on any show we did. But yeah, Eric Clapton and George Harrison were my frenemies at the Thanksgiving dinner.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. That's a smart. I mean, but that shows your age.
Yes.
But
that's why
here's the thing,
did
though.
it.
The funny thing is, though, is that you were like in your early, like, developing years with those two. Like,
oh God,
Harrison was already out of the Beatles had already broken up,
right?
And Clapton was in Derek and the Dominoes with that. But that's early Clapton.
Yeah.
This is before
Cream,
Crossroads. Yeah, after Cream. Yeah. So that's like even that would be old for you then.
Yes, but I worked in classic rock. And
Yeah, of course.
Knew the stories, and I always loved the stories. I love the history.
Oh, yeah.
Of things, right?
Like one of my favorite shows in the 90s, I wish they'd bring it back, was Behind the Music.
Yeah.
Like the Carpenters. Do you realize that Karen Carpenter may have been the greatest drummer ever? Like she was better than John Bonham.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was fantastic.
I knew.
But she just couldn't eat.
I like. She couldn't stomach it.
See, and I put in the turkey in front of Karen Carpenter, encouraging her to eat. Wasn't the story that the Carpenters were kind of incestuous?
It sure seemed that way. I mean, if you watch old video, it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It just is weird. But I did, I forget what other people had things in there. What was I going to say? Karen Carpenter, Eric Clapton, George Harrison. I don't know. It was all that stuff, but I always like,
the age thing.
No, Pop-Up Video was another one I enjoyed. Yeah. That was fun.
Pop-Up Video.
Yeah, and they gave you the
facts of the
about
song.
The video. And it is funny because I do think people like to feel like they're smart.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you have a little bit of knowledge on something like that, it's fun. And
that's why I like coming on here, Bill.
Because you have a little bit of knowledge. You want to share your...
Yeah, Billy, I'm the Cliff Clavin of the show.
Yeah, so that was my Thanksgiving dinner, Eric Clapton and stuffing.
Do you have Thanksgiving plans yet?
Yes, and yes. I
do you? Because I'm trying to. My wife, who is the essential planner, who I've joked already knows who's playing in the next 4 Super Bowls. She's like, so what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Now it's not even Halloween yet. And
well, I get that question honestly. Sometime in late July, early August.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I always do. And my answer back is I don't fucking know, which is terrible because. What I'm realizing, and I was talking to you before as to how I am realizing, and if you listen to the previous episode, you can even hear more of it, what a completely inept, fucked up human I am. And it's actually made me kind of pissed off, to be quite honest with you. But that has nothing to do with anything. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But I do think, like, having plans with family, it just makes it easier. When you kind of know, you can prepare for it, and you can... You know what it is? It's kind of like if you remember working on a project or you work on let's take it to a bit, like you're doing some stand-up or something, and you've been writing it and rehearsing it and writing it and doing it and tightening it up, and all of a sudden an idea hits you that would just make it that much better. And it's almost like if you plan for Thanksgiving, you could almost plan to go, I hate when, so-and-so does it. Here's what I'm going to do to kind of offset that. And it almost makes everything better because you have more time to actually focus on the meat and potatoes instead of just the task of getting there, right?
Right.
Or whatever. But what is your plan? I'm sorry.
Well, I don't have any. And so my sister has got stuff going on. My brother's got stuff going on. My other brother is in Florida.
Yeah.
So
why don't you go crash his?
My mother-in-law is going to Rhode Island to be with my wife's brother's family. So my wife's like, well, what do you want to do? Well, I haven't talked to my mom yet about Thanksgiving, but it's got nothing to do with my mom. I do want to spend Thanksgiving with my mom. I don't know how many Thanksgivings we have left. I mean, because, we're at that age, At the same time, though, there's other ancillary parties that would also be involved with my mother that drive me crazy or could drive me crazy or make me not want to go. This is like,
Should we say crazy-er or crazy?
Yeah, well, you asked my wife.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, so it's like, so I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, what do we do? And my wife's like, well, we could have them here and control it. And I said, that is true. We could do that. But then that would involve other ancillary parties on our end that might want to like jump in. If that makes sense.
Yes.
And we only have so much space.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like the dilemma that I'm dealing with.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to iron that out.
Yeah.
And honestly, you don't have a lot of time.
No, I don't.
Right? Because it will take time then to prepare and be ready.
Yeah.
My Thanksgiving, I think, started last Thanksgiving. Now, last Thanksgiving was the second year that Pa Bill, my dad, said he was picking up the bill. But we had learned our lesson with the liquor
Yes.
and the $78 bottles of wine at Merbeau that he was so pissed off about. So this year we started our own liquor bill, which pissed him off even more. And then when he got the bill, he's like, give me that other thing. So he paid for all of it. Well, now he's not here. And my mother has a community center. She lives in a condo, and she's always kibitzing with all kinds of stuff. And they have a pool, and there's like a house, and there's a ping pong table, and it's set up like lounges. It smells moldy to me in there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan. But you can rent it out for Thanksgiving. So Marge put down the deposit on this. And this is all we've heard about. I put the deposit down, Billy. I put the deposit. So, but then Dad dies. And my sister next week is having rotator cuff surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So she's out for Thanksgiving. She's pretty much out. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. She's pretty much out with everything. So my brother goes, we'll be around for Thanksgiving. And I don't know if they were normally, I don't think they ski that weekend. So he's like, yeah, we'll be around. And so my mother's like, well, maybe we'll go there. Maybe we'll go there. So I go, yeah, we'll go there. So Jameson and I will probably go down. Jackson will come up. I have no idea what Jordan's going to do if he's staying with his girlfriend. I have no idea.
They've been together a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Oh, just saying.
No, they have. I maybe that was terrible of what I just did, because that was, I don't know. I there's a piece of you that goes, I guess my knee-jerk reaction to that is, lovely girl. My father loved her. Thought she was the greatest. But
she's really smart.
Huh?
She's really smart. Like when we were at that Red Wings game, she had a whole conversation with that professor dude.
Yeah.
And they were going on and on about stuff.
And my dad really liked her. And then my dad did stuff that creeped me out. He's like, she's got up. She wore clothes that revealed some stuff, and she's a dancer.
Oh, okay.
And she did some dance move because my niece and nephew take dance lessons. My nephew's into hip hop dance and tap dance and all this.
Oh.
They're like regular.
Little Ben Vereen.
Yeah, so they're doing their dances, and she does some pirouette. My father goes, it's some body on her, and I go, what the fuck are you? What the fuck?
That is a thigh gap.
God, don't say that. But he meant it like, I think, I don't know. I mean, maybe he went home. I have no idea.
That is an iron butterfly.
Yeah. God damn, Dad, what do we? So, yes, I think it's great. I know many people. I have friends of mine who I went to high school with, both went to college in separate places, and have been married forever. Been high school sweethearts since probably the 9th or 10th grade. Good for them. There's me. And I am realizing what a fucked up mess I was in every relationship, and I was just looking to avoid the pain of the end of one, so I would start a new one and that kind of stuff. I would just say, if I'm her dad, I'm like, honey, go do whatever you want to do. Go live in France, bang some guy named Pierre, and then come back when you get out.
So with the Pierres.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And with Jordan, I'm like, buddy, just chillax and everything's going to work out. There will be somebody. My belief is there's millions of people for that you could line up with that would be great for you. Mm-hmm. Right? Not everybody, but there is that thing. And, no, you shouldn't need anybody. You should just want something. And I worry that there becomes like a dependence from his end. I don't know from her end, but from his end. And I don't want to see you tie yourself to something when someone else is, she's not even out of college yet. And when she gets out of college, she may want to just kind of go, hey, man, this was fun, but I need to spread my wings a little bit. And which I think is very valid, right? And I'm just looking at this and I go, don't go so in that you're going to get crushed like dust. And if you do get crushed like dust, feel it all, get over it, give yourself a little breathing room, and 3 or 4 months later, go find someone new.
Right.
That would be my advice. But I worry when I see like young tied together like that. If he hears this, they'll be pissed. So I will not put this in a promo.
You've lived it. We've lived it.
Well,
and we all wish we could go back and tell our younger self, hey.
I just wish I,
dude,
concentrate on you.
Yeah.
Right? Your 20s is a nice time to concentrate on you.
I wish I'd focused on me.
And just focus on you a little bit and don't worry about it. I'm at a point in my life where I have, there are people I would love to spend time with, and if they can't spend time with me, I'm not gonna fucking sweat. I got friends, I got plenty of money. I'm okay. I don't. That's my thing. I'm not worried about that stuff. I don't know. It sounds dicky, but I'm almost like you get to live your 20s again if you want to.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Let me tell you something right now, fellas. I have not been on a dating app ever. I will probably never go on a dating app. And it has nothing to do with anything other than it would be weird. I've never done it. I think it would be too weird for me. But I will say, if you go out, the ladies in their 40s are on the prowl. They looking for some fun.
Oh, wait, back in our day.
Friday night, my vagina's tight. You know what I mean?
Oh, River Taylors.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's plenty of good-looking, educated people in our community where we are, and probably anywhere. And if you wanted to meet somebody, meet them.
Yeah.
Go. Take a shot.
Have fun.
Hit them up on social media.
Yeah.
Or slide into their DMs, as the kids
Slide
say,
into
man.
DMs.
Well, slide into your DMs. And if not, who the fuck cares, man? I've had more than any man should be allowed to have.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No,
Look at you, Wilt Chamberlain.
I'm kidding.
So,
I'm kidding.
I know you're joking.
I am kidding.
But the Thanksgiving thing, though, we
please.
sidetracked. So you're going to go up to like Maine?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe George W. Bush will show up at your brother's house.
That wouldn't surprise me if that did happen. No, he won't happen. But yeah, I think I'd have a great time. I have a lot of fun with them.
Yeah.
My brother and sister.
Your brother's a fun dude. Well,
they work in hospitality, and they bring that home. When they do something, Danny, I mean, they do it. Like, you throw a party. No, when I lived over in Pittsford, I had a lot of parties. You were at a few of the parties.
Oh, yeah.
There were nice parties.
Yeah.
My brother throws a party. He hires a band. There's a slip and slide for the kids into the pond. There's bonfires. There are times, just on a random weeknight, my brother has a Blackstone. Well, they come with their own, and it's almost like a hibachi that you can cook. So they hire the hibachi guys from the hibachi restaurant to come to their backyard, and they have like videos on Instagram of them, like the guys flipping the shrimp, but they're in the backyard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, they just do it right. I mean, if there's tents and there's beer and there's catering, and like it's everything. It's fucking awesome. They're always running around doing whatever, and it's a great time, and you feel welcome. And I just sit back and watch it. Go, fuck, man. I never threw a party like this. I suck.
Yeah, my sister throws a great Christmas party. I go, hey, every Christmas Eve, bank on Beth and I being here.
Oh, there you go. We'll take a moment. Our friend Peter Montemerno is going to join us. Do we want Peter Montemerno?
Oh, yeah. Peter's fired up.
Is he? I'm worried.
Peter was at
the
game in Charlotte.
He was at the game in Charlotte.
And he had some observations.
Can't wait to hear
Coach McDermott. And I don't think people are going to like what he has to say.
I'm sure
but,
not.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair.
Sure not. But we'll get to that. I'm going to find that George Harrison song to bring us back. We'll get to that right after this. Mac of all trades. Leaky faucet. Wall that mysteriously has a hole in it. Kitchen looking like it's stuck in the 90s. Mac of all trades is here to save the day. No capes, just expert repairs, remodeling, and handyman services that get the job done right. Call them today at 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. Or visit them online at macofalltrades.net, because every home needs a hero. Mac of all trades. Fall is here, the air's crisp, the coffee's pumpkined, and your ride, well, it's still squeaking like a haunted house. Time to drive into fall at Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 96 in Victor, where they've got deals hotter than your neighbor's bonfire. Right now, you can lease a new 2025 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for just $269 a month for 24 months. That's right. Get into something safe, stylish, and way more reliable than your cousin's "trust me, it'll make it" car. Or maybe you're the adventurous type. How about the 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S 4x4? Lease it for just $319 a month for 36 months. Perfect for leaf peeping, apple picking, or making an epic grocery store entrance. Need something with muscle? Grab the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, just $299 a month for 42 months, because hauling, towing, and looking awesome are kind of what it does. All leases come with first payment, DMV taxes and fees due at signing, $2,500 cash or trade, and lease loyalty required. Miles vary, so, don't drive to, like, Alaska. So whether you're conquering trails, jobs, or the school drop-off lane, Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams Drive Into Fall event has your perfect ride. See them today on Route 96 in Victor, or hit them up online at victorcdjr.com. Because this fall, the only thing you should be falling for is a brand new ride. This isn't the song. I can't remember the title of it.
This is the song that everybody identifies with George Harrison, though, on his own. This is one of them.
Yeah.
This one, My Sweet Lord, and I Got My Mind Set on You.
Got My Mind Set on You was such a poppy song.
Yeah, it was. I love that song. I love the video. It was hysterical.
Such a poppy song. But this, the one I'm thinking of, God, I can't come up with the title. But this is What Is Life. It's a very Beatle-esque type, right? He wrote a lot of the best Beatles. So he was my favorite Beatle.
Did you ever see the video for when they did the tribute to George Harrison? I think it was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame of While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and it's Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Steve Winwood, and Prince on stage. Oh, you've got to see this video. Folks, if you haven't seen this,
I love Steve.
Go to YouTube and just watch.
This is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, wait, I did see this. Because doesn't Prince, just outplays everybody?
Yes, outplays everybody. Yeah. He's got like props and stuff. I mean, it's hysterical.
Yeah. I had to get another beer because Peter's going to come on tonight. I think I'm just going to have to pop the beer and let it go on. But there it is, George Harrison. What Is Life? That's not the song I'm thinking of. I'll have to do a little.
Did you write this song about the wife that left him for Clapton? Or did he find new love afterward?
I don't know. That's pretty funny. Peter was at the game on Sunday.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. It's funny because I'm not into it as you guys are. I'm not going to live and die by it. I certainly enjoy it.
You could have fooled me.
What do you mean you could have fooled you?
You're into it.
No. I'm saying I'm not as into it as you guys. When I say that, yes, I enjoy it. I actually
Bill's not breaking down
I
film.
actually turned down tickets to the Kansas City game, but I'm not. Yeah, don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I have too much fucking shit to do.
Yeah.
I Peter, I'm back in school. I got papers I got to do. I got a reflection paper due Tuesday. I got a test due Thursday. I got more shit. I got MSCs I got to write tomorrow. I got a podcast. I'm fucked. Okay. But Peter, 100 on every midterm.
Really?
A 100.
That is excellent.
Fuck.
What can you elaborate a little bit? Where are you going?
St. John Fisher College, mental health counseling, licensing in mental health counseling. So when I'm
We're
done
a university now,
with the
Bill.
program, St. John Fisher University, and when I'm done,
SJFU.
Stadium. It's like Rich Stadium.
I don't know. Right. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You need louder?
I just need volume. Yeah. For some reason, I'm not. There you go.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
That's why
That's
you
your
were way
sweet spot
down.
right
You were
there.
way down.
Yeah.
No, and so when I'm done, you have to take the licensing exam, and then you will have diagnostic privileges, and
You'd be like House.
you can see clients.
Clearly, you have bipolar disorder.
Well, right, but I can't write you medicine.
No, you can't.
So then
You can be a psychologist. You can't be a psychiatrist.
Now, here's the other thing. Fisher may open a doctoral program
Ooh.
in this, and I may just float over.
Bill Moran.
I don't know.
Dr.
It could
Bill.
happen. It could happen because I'm enjoying this more than I thought I would.
Okay.
A lot. I really am. And I can see ways to tie the podcast in. And the goal, I'm going to just say it because I haven't talked about this a lot. The goal for me is I want to buy a building.
Okay.
And I know exactly where. I've been envisioning this for years. And I'm just waiting for the right time. I will buy the building, and I want to build podcast studios. I wouldn't mind, depending on what one of my kids does, opening a gym that it would be part of this, and also mental health. So you could have mind and body
Together.
Wow.
Our
Building a
podcast,
whole syndicate.
mental
Yeah,
health
the whole syndicate.
podcast. We build a podcast network. We do the Bill Lightenment, all that shit.
And then a comedy club next door to make fun of everybody in there.
But that's kind of the thing. Now, back to the Buffalo Bills.
Brian, you see all those losers next
When
door?
I say I'm not as deep as you guys, I don't break down the film. You guys go back and watch. What do you have to?
I don't even have time to do it. I let Peter do it, but some of these guys, like, I think they're like
I don't know
stay-at-home
how
dads.
Peter has time to do it.
I know, because Peter's like, he's a pretty big business guy in Charlotte.
I know.
He moved to the city of Banks for a reason.
Wait, Peter is a pretty big. He's a dedicated father.
Yeah.
I thought he was coaching one of his kids. I'm not sure. No. Okay, but I know he
owns 7 houses.
He went and did play-by-play for a college game.
I did color analyst.
Okay, but either way, that takes preparation. You can't mispronounce names and stuff, and that's not always easy. So I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And you were there for a blowout win that even after the score, I'm kind of like, I'm not. It doesn't feel like a 44-9 game to me.
No, it didn't.
Right? It didn't. Okay. And in the beginning, it was scaring me.
It was too close. It was 6-3 at one point.
6-3 at the half.
In the half,
wasn't it?
What was very cool environment wise. More than half of the stadium was littered with Bills fans.
Wow. Okay.
Because what happened down here in Carolina is the number one. This is not an NFL city. I don't care what anybody says. It is not an NFL city.
Huh.
So they weren't really putting a lot of stock into the team this year. Still a lot of problems, a lot of holes. When I say they, the fans. So in the summer, when they had an opportunity to sell all of their season tickets to Bills fans in a Bills game because the Bills travel so well, they did it. Now, no one thought the Panthers would be 4-2, but the fans were like, yeah, let's get some money instead of wasting it on a team that could be terrible. And that's why you had a ton of Bills fans in the stadium that day. Pretty cool optics.
That is pretty cool.
You want to hear a funny story? Pittsburgh's an NFL city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so? There were mostly Packers fans in Pittsburgh Sunday night.
Well, have they? Here's the thing. I'm wondering if the NFL teams, much like the Bills are going to do, with the private seat licensing and things that add to the tickets, that the diehard families that were of these long-standing teams, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Buffalo, I would consider the Panthers a newer team, even though they've been around for a while. If people are not buying them, and it makes it easier for fans. I mean, look at Dallas. I'll go watch the game. I'll come from Kansas City. We'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Buffalo's a fun atmosphere for the game. I don't know.
There's stories about Tony Romo in Dallas having to go to a silent count in Dallas when he was playing teams like Green Bay or Houston.
Yeah. So it was, but what it also showed me, and number one, I was 8 rows behind the Bills bench on the defensive side of
How the
bench.
hell? My God. Look at Mr. Fancy Pants
I
over there.
I know, right? I didn't want to throw that out there. But it allowed me to, I like watching the game, and I really like watching the sideline. I like watching the dynamics. I like watching, McDermott. He's manically pacing the whole entire game. The stuff you don't see on TV.
Does that make how do you feel about that? You like that? You don't like that?
I don't like that. And I noticed several times he goes up to the defensive bench way more than the offensive bench, if at all.
Really?
Yes. And he also has I think, Danny, I text you from my seat. He has an entire play sheet. He holds a play sheet.
Yes.
And in between defensive plays, he's looking at the play sheet. He's talking to someone upstairs, probably Bobby, right? Probably. I shouldn't assume, but who's calling the defense? That's my question. Who's calling the defense? He had a big play sheet, all the defensive plays there, and when the offense is on, and I didn't watch it all the time, but when the offense is on the field, he's not having he's not having a lot of dialogue in his microphone. When the defense is on the field, he's looking at that play sheet, and he's talking pretty rapidly and pretty frenetically. And then he, again, pacing a little too much for my
I thought,
taste. But what I do want to say
Yeah.
is that there is zero emotional leader on that sideline, coaches or players, zero.
Okay.
And that's a concern to me.
I thought the defense actually was pretty good as
They were.
time went on.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. They had some new blood in there. ripping it up. And the offensive line isn't that bad. Andy Dalton was really rusty. He did not.
No.
He did not. There were some things that were open for him that he didn't see. But give the defense credit. They got in his face.
Well,
and in his grill.
That's a really good point. But I thought Andy in the beginning, I mean, he had a 27-yard play to the sideline, a pinpoint accurate pass. And then I'm watching Josh, and I saw what I thought were flashes of old Josh, where he's scrambling, running. A player reaches out, gets hold of his shirt. Josh keeps running. The shirt's ripping off, and then he gets sacked, but he couldn't. It was like he couldn't find anything. And then there were moments where I go, my God, that was laser accuracy on the run, along the sideline, pinpoint, right in the chest. Beautiful passes. So I'm going, is he, what's happening with Josh? I don't know.
I don't know if there's anything happening to him. I think that the running game is all really you needed on Sunday. I mean, they kept running that reverse pivot toss sweep all day long, and they basically said, stop us. And the Panthers couldn't, and they kept running that toss sweep, and they kept coming back. And then they were able to gain a lot of yards in between the tackles. So that offensive line for the Bills really dominated a pretty good Panthers D line.
Yeah.
They stayed on blocks. They climbed up to the second level. And Cook was just being Cook. First Bill since 1978 to have 200 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty damn good.
That is very good. Very good.
Yeah. And then you're sandwiched between guys like Thurman Thomas and Joe Cribbs and those types of guys. And
OJ?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say his name?
Juice. I don't know, are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
I miss his Twitter.
Was it OJ? Was OJ the guy?
Yeah, OJ was
OJ
it was OJ.
Yeah.
So it was OJ. All right. So, I mean, you saw some good things, but still the passing game didn't seem like consistent, right? The first half was like, what is 6-3? What's going on here?
Yeah, right.
There were some plays Josh missed. There were some plays where receivers were getting open. There was a play where Keon just stopped his route when there was a scramble. And I don't know if they showed it on TV, but it was right in front of me. I'm like, why? What are you doing? What are you stopping your route? Can't give you the down and distance of the time of the game, but it just was clear as day. So it just they were out of sync. The passing game was out of sync, and luckily the running game wasn't.
Yeah, well, that's true because the running game is what carried it.
Yeah,
but even though Josh,
I really had 2 big plays that really broke the Panthers' backs: the big run
Shakir
from Cook and the big catch and go from Shakir.
I think those were the ones that set Josh in the NFL record books for the 47th game where he had a rushing and a passing touchdown.
Yeah. And
then the 77th game with a rushing touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts him above Cam Newton now, who had the record, I think.
Yeah.
And
I will say that I don't see them being able to run that toss sweep against the Chiefs.
No.
The Chiefs
are continuing consistently throughout 4 quarters.
The Chiefs just look. I mean, it's just.
You want to hear the stat about the Chiefs? This is great. Okay, last year the Chiefs lost 3 games. They lost the Super Bowl. They lost the last game of the season, which didn't count because they didn't put anybody in there because they already have everything wrapped up, and they lost to the Bills. 3 games the entire year. Okay.
Yeah.
This year they've already lost twice. However, they've scored more 30-point games this year than they did all of last year. And they have more double-digit wins this year than they had all of last year.
Okay, well,
it's like they've figured it out. And this is after losing to Philadelphia, which is there's no shame in that.
No.
And Jacksonville on a Monday night in a fluky Monday night game. The Chiefs look like they've figured it out.
Yeah.
In the Bills, we don't know if they've figured anything out because they beat a Carolina team that they should have crushed anyway with a quarterback who didn't play all that well and receivers who are at the bottom of the league and getting separation.
Do we get really upset if they lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I look if they lose, I look at it as a regression.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a team who beat in the regular season last year. You lost in the AFC Championship. You had obviously opportunities in that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a close game. You had the ball in your hands with a chance to win at the end. And if they lose, listen, if it's a tight 4th quarter game, that scares me more than anything.
Yeah.
That scares me more than anything.
Well, now, look, we had a really tight game to begin the season. Baltimore. And Josh
but, I mean,
pulled
come
that
on.
out.
That was the game was over. And, thank God for Oliver and knocking the ball out of Henry's. There weren't a lot of coaching decisions that had to be made. That's where I'm going.
Oliver's
there weren't a lot of
out
coaching
now,
decisions that
right?
had to be made.
Out for the season?
He's out for the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, Dan, if you agree with that. There weren't a lot of critical coaching decisions that had to be made in that.
Well, there were, and McDermott blew them going like chasing points. That's why they had to keep like trying to come back more and more. But it was like Josh, it was literally Josh Allen putting the team on his back. By the way, he had a full complement of receivers in that game and tight ends too. It was the first game of the season. And as I said 3 weeks ago, you're only going to get more and more banged up as the season goes. You don't get healthier. You're going to get more banged up. Good news, Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano will likely be back for this game. Okay, that's the good news. The bad news is that Josh Palmer is going to be probably out again. And you also have a kicker with a calf issue. So now that's 2 kickers you have injured.
Yeah.
So if it comes down to that close game, and you got to send Matt 40, how old, Prater? He's over 40. To try to 41. Kick a game-winning field goal with a bad calf? That might be, he was limited today in practice. Oh, Shaq Thompson, too, who has been their best defensive linebacker this year. Maybe their best player, who is like on the wrong side of 30, who they grabbed from Carolina because where do they get everybody? Carolina. And he was one of your best defensive players last week. He was limited in practice today. I mean,
and watching the game and seeing Joel Andreessen in there, they played him a lot. He's good. I mean, I love the story.
Buffalo
right?
Joe,
Is he an NFL linebacker? I don't think he's like your prototypical NFL linebacker right now as a rookie, but he was in there. But do you get nervous when it's crunch time and he's in there?
Right.
Again, I love the story. But Bill. I look at Kansas City. I don't know if you watched that game against Washington. I mean,
I did.
I was flipping back and forth between that and the World Series, but I saw enough of it to know what I think. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, they're hitting their stride.
I saw enough.
I mean,
I saw enough to know
all over. But gosh, when it got to 21-7, I was done because Mariota's not going to bring it back.
Yeah, it was a 7-7 game at the half.
Mariota, though. He had some moments.
He had some moments. It was a 7-7 game at the half. Washington's got talent on that offense.
Yeah.
But they had moments. But the thing was that like you give Washington credit. They went after it. And they took chances in the first half. You have to when you're playing at Kansas City on a Monday night. The reason Kansas City, the game was even closer is because Kansas City was just had some brain cramps with turnovers and stuff in the first half. In the second half, when they got their act together, Peter, it seems like even on busted plays, somebody's always open to bail Mahomes out. And that's the difference.
The big one to Kelsey up the far side boundary.
That was the play of the game.
Yeah. That was it. That broke their back.
Yeah.
And just plays that shouldn't be happening. Busted plays are still go in the positive column for KC. It's concerning. I mean, it's going to be a Buffalo. It's going to be a 425 game. Obviously, a huge crowd, pro Buffalo. Not a lot of KC Chiefs fans are going to be there. It's going to be just like last year, right? But there is no room for error. There is no room for error here in this game.
It's weird because if they lose, sky is falling, season's over. You got to make a move. You only have 2 days to do it because the trade deadline is 4:00 on election day. Okay, and if they haven't made moves yet, I don't know if they're going to make any now.
Peter, who should they grab if you're in that front office? If you're one of these guys, I'm sorry, I had a camera issue. My camera was down to 1%, and I was trying to figure out the plugs.
That's
so
okay.
I was paying attention. No. That's why I cracked the beer.
Okay,
I'm good.
Okay.
But if the trade deadline comes down, clearly I would think receiver, right? We want a receiver that can get some separation.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? I'm asking.
To me, I got to go defense. I got to go safety. I got to go safety, or I got to go linebacker. We have what we have. This scheme is developed for these receivers. Right?
Okay.
These bubble screens and however it is, it's developed for that receiving core. It's unfortunate because you need a guy to take the top off with a Josh Allen.
Exactly.
You need someone to take the top off,
right?
Which is going to help out your receivers underneath if a Kansas City's defense is worried about
somebody running deep,
three down the field. So I guess if I would go, I would go A safety, A1 receiver, and then B, linebacker.
Okay.
That's where I am.
All right.
I just don't know where we're gonna find those guys unless they're like cast-offs. I'm with you. I want them to make a move. I just don't know how or where, who's desperate enough to trade somebody like that to Buffalo. It's not going to be anybody in the conference. What's that?
What are we giving up, and can we afford that?
Right, because you got the salary cap implications too. Like, don't believe anybody who says the salary cap is a myth. They're a moron. Okay.
Well, I don't say myth, but I always say it's so pliable, right? I mean, there's ways around this shit.
There are, but there aren't.
Yeah, you can back. I don't think you can back end load a contract like you can in baseball. I don't believe you can, but like what they did with Ohtani and half the Dodgers. Team.
No, you can't. Yeah,
they're going to be paying his great grandchildren.
Yeah, you can't Bobby Bonilla a receiver.
Bobby Bonilla.
On July 1st, he gets what, $1.2 million?
$1.2 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the flip side, though. What? Like, if they win this game, all is well. Yeah. Everything's fine. We don't have anything to worry about. And if they lose, season's over.
Yeah.
Goodbye, 1 seed. Yep. It's over. We're done.
Hey, you're already in second place.
We're in a no-win situation with this game because if they win this game, there's no way they're good enough to go win in January.
This roster is built for the regular season. Nothing tells me anything more than that. Until they make it to the promised land.
Okay. Well,
this roster is built for the regular season, not January and February.
You heard it here on Billified, out of Peter's mouth. I think that's a very valid point. You've said that before. Danny has agreed with that. This is where I say I'm a fan, just not that deep.
Here's what. In one thing,
I'm just saying I know how that
drives me. What drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Is that everybody's complaining about Keon Coleman now and all these types of things. And, the same beat reporters that are covering the Bills in camp. And Dan, we talked about this today, how great Keon Coleman did in shorts with uncontested running routes against nobody, how great he looks. And then when it comes to the regular season, wow, what happened? Come on, guys.
Yeah, he and Dalton Kincaid both. Oh, they look fantastic. Yeah. They look bigger. They look stronger.
Yeah.
It's like a pro day for a quarterback in college. This should be the number 1 pick. Throwing it in great weather, no elements, shorts, no defended receivers, no rush against the line. I mean, it's window dressing. It's like it's Instagram
football.
It's also I think receivers a harder position than people realize.
Oh, it is.
It's not just run out and catch. It's run out.
The thing is, what people don't ever talk about, and they should, is that quarterbacks, when they come into the line of scrimmage, they read coverage. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen reads the coverage. The receivers don't read the coverage. They read the leverage as to where the defender's at, to know where to run the route. Spatial, we call it spatial
awareness.
Yeah. They read leverage.
Yeah.
And that's the key. So it's all about, you have to know where to run. You have to know where the open space is. You have to know what's going on next to you and where the other receivers are. So when you see receivers running in the same area, that's a huge problem.
Has anybody seen the commercial where they go, you like football, but you don't like it like Tom Brady? If you had Tom Brady's 10-pound brain in your 5-pound head, you got 10 pounds of knowledge and a 5-pound brain. And the guy looks out the window and he's watching his kids play. He's like, God, you got to look off the safety. He's like getting all pissed. They're just playing in the front yard.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady, ding dong at the door. Absolutely. You got to look off it's like.
Or the one where the guy's in the factory and he's explaining football to this Asian woman.
A fox?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, huh? And all the guys get up from the table because they know he's going to talk football. And Tom Brady walks in and goes, yeah, I feel
it's kind of like when you walk in.
And he grabs 2 mugs. Are these free?
All right, Peter, give me a score. What do you think?
26-24 Chiefs.
Oh. Yeah. I feel like the lady that fell off stomping grapes.
I think Pete's giving the Bills a little too much credit.
I don't know. I mean, hey, man, maybe they, answer the bell.
I think if the Bills play their best game and the Chiefs play their best game, Chiefs win.
Chiefs win.
Okay.
Chiefs win. Yeah.
So Danny, same thing.
There have to be some mistakes. There have to be some turnovers. If you don't force a turnover, you're not winning this football game. What
do you say? 26-24 is what Peter said.
I think it's going to be like 27-14 Chiefs.
Wow. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, I don't like saying that.
And we're not haters. We're not haters.
We're objective.
They're realists. Yeah.
Did you know who Howard Simon is?
Yes.
He hosted the pregame show for years, and he retired recently, right? So the general manager of the Bills went after his old morning show on the Buffalo Bills flagship station. So he went on television this week, and he says, if the Bills do not make a move before the trade deadline, it means that Brandon Beane is not committed to winning a Super Bowl this year.
Ouch.
Dude, I haven't heard anybody say that about a Buffalo Bills head coach or general manager ever.
Amen.
Not Polian, not Donahoe, not Modrak, not Levy.
Yeah, because
nobody.
Yeah, but here's why: the expectations are so high now. Most of the people you just listed were in the shit years.
Well, not Polian,
but they could have traded at the deadline, and it wouldn't have made any difference. Eric Moulds, you wasted all Eric Moulds.
What I mean is always like you've never heard a media guy call out the front office like that.
But what was Polian's retort to a reporter where he said, if you don't like it, you can get out of town?
He says like in 87, I forgot who he was talking to, but yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. That was the only time I remember that type of violent response from, not violent.
Well, Polian was a nut. Like if the Bills played the Raiders, it's a Raiders week, he wouldn't let any of the Syracuse alum who are in the media talk to the Bills or go in the locker room.
Why?
And because he was afraid that those Syracuse alumni would go to Al Davis as a Syracuse alum and give them intel. That's how paranoid Polian was.
That's funny.
Most of the floorboards. Yep.
That's funny. All right. Well, Peter, it sounds like you enjoyed the game. They left with a win.
Mm-hmm.
A big score.
I did. It was fun.
And
I bought me tickets for my birthday. It was a nice time.
Very nice. Hopefully the winner and the loser are reversed in their pick, but we'll see. I hear you.
And I am going to say I went to a pregame event for Oshai Children's Hospital in Buffalo, the Patricia Allen Foundation. And Daryl Talley was there, Ted Washington was there, Thurman Thomas was there. Daryl was awesome.
Yeah, he always is.
Awesome. Thurman was not. Thurman's a jerk. I don't mind saying it. He's a jerk.
He's been a jerk for years. Why does anybody ever disagree with that? He's always been a jerk. He gets jerky.
His wife's kind of a pain in the neck too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she's another.
She's trying to protect him. He's probably got CTE, and he's just a miserable prick. He can be a miserable prick.
Oh, dude.
Miserable.
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
after he got out of rehab, he went up and he got Batavia Downs to sponsor a bar. I mean, who does that?
I'll tell you. Back in
I can appreciate that.
I want to call it 2009 or 2010. I golfed in the GR golf tournament, which was the foundation that year was Thurman's foundation. I golfed with Thurman in the cart for 4 hours with Thurman. This is when he was downing a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
So I had a terrible day.
Was he fun?
Good golfer, but back then I was a real bad golfer. And I remember standing up to a shot. He goes, "You know what, Pete? You suck." And I said, the way he said it, I said, I'm paying for your foundation to be here.
Did you say that?
Yes. And he goes, "I'll give you your money back. You suck so bad."
Wow. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. That's the great. That's something you'll never forget. You should have paid him to say that. You did, basically. It sounds like. Oh my God.
Like, and then the whole post golf. He was in
But that had to make the rest of. What hole was this on? Please tell me it wasn't hole 4. What?
It was 15th, 16th.
All right, but there's still like 3 holes. Yeah, but there's 3 holes left to go, and you're in the cart with him. How was the tension after that?
I don't remember. I really don't.
Okay.
Remember.
Yeah.
Because I think I said Barry Sanders was better than him anyway. I said something like that.
Well, that's not going to help because they went to the same college, right? And I think Sanders broke all Thurman's records. I thought.
Yes. Well, Sanders won the Heisman.
Yeah.
The following year after Thurman left.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I may have dropped it. Where's my helmet?
Oh God, that always pissed him off. That always pissed him off. All right, we will talk to you next week, and hopefully your pick is wrong. That's all I'll say.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
All right, I know you do. I know you do. But it's a well thought out pick. There's research done, and it's not just pulled out of thin air.
And good luck with the syndicate, Billy. I'm interested in what you're doing here. That's really good. That's really good.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I talk a lot of shit, Peter, and then something happens. But I've discovered, I will say, and I am going to do it again, Danny. What am I going to say? Adderall.
Yep.
Adderall has been, I mean, shit, I'm getting shit done I didn't even know I needed to do.
Adderall.
Are you going to incorporate some of what your mother does into this building?
Maybe. I never thought of that, actually. That's a really interesting idea because I just went and had Reiki done by Gina Petropoli, who did a fantastic job. Spent 2 hours and reads you and pulls cards before you come in. I mean, just whether you are into this stuff or not, it is fine. I'm not going to say, but I do believe that everything is energy, right? And your energy, and you got to get your energy right. But she spent a lot of time. She pulled cards before I got there, and then after, spent almost an hour with me as tears were running down my face, and I'm trying to hide it. She handed me a tissue. It was fantastic.
I never learned to read.
No. Maybe I'm too honest sometimes. I don't know. All right, Peter, always a pleasure. I'm a huge fan. I am. So I have you. And I appreciate you doing this with us.
Thank you, Pete.
All right, Pete.
All right, guys.
We'll see you. We will take a moment. Standing in queue. All ready to go.
Juice.
Yeah, that's right. You want your picks. You think you know betting. You think you know what to put in on your parlays, which, by the way, may go away. Parlays may go away. I don't know if anybody's aware of this. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
Parlays may go away. And it's all because of the fucking mafia fucked it all up. How you fucked it up, mafia? We love the parlays. I hit once big on a parlay.
I won $100 on the World Series the other night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get to juice and we'll all that right after this. Hey, if you've been thinking about checking out recreational cannabis in Monroe County, stop thinking and start visiting my buds over at MJ Dispensary. They were the first recreational cannabis destination in the county. That's right, the OG spot. And trust me, they know their stuff. I was at their summer event, and I was blown away by how educated and on top of it their bud tenders are. I mean, these aren't just people handing you a bag. They're like the Google of cannabis, but way friendlier and without the pop-up ads. Whether you're looking for edibles, vapes, concentrates, pre-rolls, or just something that helps you relax, sleep, or deal with pain, MJ Dispensary has it all. And the best part, they'll guide you so you don't leave looking like you just picked random snacks at 3 a.m. Now, maybe you're in it for the fun side, maybe you're in it for the wellness side. It doesn't matter. They've got you covered. And here's a bonus. Delivery. That's right. From Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and even on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., they'll bring the goods right to your door and no judgment if you're in their pajamas. Oh. So do yourself a favor. Head over to MJ Dispensary, 900 Jefferson Road, Suite 902 in Henrietta, or check them out online at mjdispensary585.com. Hello, my friends. Let's be honest. 2025 has been a lot between the news, the group chats, the price of coffee. I mean, most of us are running on caffeine and chaos. That's why it's time to hit pause and align your energy. My friend, an absolute powerhouse of peace, healer Sheila Tillich is here to help you shake off the stress, balance your vibes, and unlock your highest potential. I'm talking real healing here, not light a candle and hope for the best energy. Sheila works on a cellular level, releasing those old energetic imprints stored deep in your DNA. You know, the ones that pop up every time your in-laws visit. And listen, with the new year right around the corner, this is the perfect gift. Help someone deal with the issues in their tissues and start 2026 on the right foot. Plus, you can meet Sheila in person at the Let's Rock Market, Sunday, October 26th at Eaglevale from 10 to 4 p.m. Swing by, say hi, and maybe let her tune up your energy while you're at it. So go to SheilaTillich.com. Check out her holiday specials, see all the offers, and get ready to glow from the inside out. Because let's face it, peace looks good on you. Sheila Tillich, helping you heal one good vibe at a time. Hey, if you're looking for a place that's more than just a market, it's a game changer, you've got to check out Palmer's Direct to You Market, right on 900 Jefferson Road in Henrietta, and of course online at palmersdirecttoyou.com. And here's what I love. You can hop on their website, not only see the weekly specials, but under the Learn tab, they've got tons of recipes, tips, and how-to guides. And with football season here, their game day recipe roundup loaded with fun ideas. Chicken wings, dips, crowd pleasers. You're going to be the MVP of any watch party by going to palmersdirectyou.com and clicking on the Learn tab. And the experts at Palmer's, they're incredible. I actually learned how to air fry bacon from them. Pro tip, you lay a piece of bread at the bottom to soak up the grease. Brilliant, right? That's a Palmer's tip. They've also got guides for busy back-to-school nights and how to properly freeze and thaw beef or easy meal preps so dinner doesn't feel like a scramble. And it's not just recipes. The market itself is unbelievable. Certified Angus beef, burgers, plump chicken, fresh fish, and one of my personal favorites, the Jamaican Me Crazy coffee. Oh, it's so good. So whether you shop in person at 900 Jefferson Road or online at palmersdirectyou.com, you're not just buying groceries, you're getting expert advice, fresh food, and a little inspiration to make mealtime better. That's Palmer's Direct to You Market.
Said it's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. I dropped a dozen cheap roses in my shopping cart. Made it out to the truck without breaking down.
Oh boy, a heartache here.
Everybody knows you in a speed trap town.
I like the Speed Trap Town, and the reason I'm not familiar with Jason Isbell.
Mm-hmm.
I got a great message from a listener on Instagram. He wrote me saying, "Hey, Bill, Kevin mentioned Jason Isbell to you on the pod. You got to check him out. You're like me and a fan of singer-songwriters, and he's considered one of the best of this generation. Check out Cover Me Up, Speed Trap Town, and True Believer. Let me know what you think." So I'm at a little theater in Ithaca. Ithaca always gets like some really great shows, and I think it's because of the colleges, but they have beautiful theaters down there. I went down to see John Hyatt and Lyle Lovett a couple of times. Let me know what you think. I saw him and it was incredible. A few weeks later, he put out a solo album, just him and a guitar. I think you'll enjoy. He also has a band, the 400 Unit. Yep. Songs like Anxiety and If We Were Vampires, the King of Oklahoma. I know you're a busy guy, but check him out if you get a chance. And I thought Speed Trap Town, and the reason I thought that is you and I are from...
Oh, yeah. Definitely from Speed Trap Town.
Appalachia parts of New York. And I lived in a town, and this is not a lie, and I need somebody to verify it for my town. But Officer Kaus of the Pine Plains Police Department, you know what I mean? Talk about... Well, I'll tell you what. He used to sit in his living room because the speed limit dropped to 30 in the town right before his house. And he would get you on the radar from his Bayview window, right down on Main Street, and then walk up to you in the drugstore,
hand you a ticket,
which had a soda fountain, the old-fashioned soda fountain with the syrup, and he would walk up to people and give them a ticket in the drugstore. No bullshit, true story. Yep, just letting you know. So Speed Trap Town was the thing, but I like this Jason Isbell.
I realized he'll never be all right.
Makes me want to have a cigarette, which is not good.
His best song is When We Were Close.
Yeah, I think we played that with you.
It, yeah,
I think we played that with you. You're a fan.
I like that song.
You like? Oh,
I don't know much.
Whoa! Look at that qualification. I like that song. Okay, no, I'm teasing you. Your friend and mine.
Yeah,
but you're related somehow.
Yeah, it's my sister's brother-in-law.
Okay, that makes no sense. Oh yeah, no, it does.
Yeah.
Juice, who is.
Bill, you ask that every time.
I know,
You're related to him somehow.
I know. I do. I just do it for effect. I know what's happening. Because I like to I don't know why. You see, there's some things like I get where Letterman would do just really dumb jokes sometimes because it would amuse him.
Yeah,
and I get it. I get that. And this is a dumb joke and it amuses me, and I don't know why. Juice, how did the weekend go for you? I don't recall.
We went 3-2.
Okay, still winning.
Still had a
winning record.
Still winning.
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh, they dominated the first half, and then they really fourth quarter they fell off. So
were there some bad calls against them in that game? It felt like there was. I don't know.
Yeah, and they just didn't. The Packers just looked really good in the second half. Made no mistakes. Rodgers, he doesn't have much to work with. I mean, he's got DK Metcalf, and that is it.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. And then the Saints, we lost that one. That was just a bad call. That was the wrong side. And Spencer Rattler's done, and he's benched for the rest of the season.
Yeah, not
they're going with Tyler Shuck, who wasn't impressive, I guess.
No.
What do we?
The Giants.
Yeah.
Lose Cam Scatterbo.
He tried to walk off that injury. They wouldn't.
But I'm saying, I read just a headline today, Juice, about Cam Scatterbo saying it was way worse than it looked.
Yes.
How could that be? Because I heard it looked so gruesome. I don't know.
They're just you don't know till you get in there and look at the ligaments and all that, and they just, I mean, he's going to be out at least a year. So I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't play next year, because I think somebody else just had that, and they just got back, and they had it around the same time as him. So if you're talking a year recovery, I mean, he's, week 8 of next season, but he's tough. I mean, he was actually in the Giants facility today, in his wheelchair, like still, wanting to, do stuff. I mean, the guy he loves football, and that sucks.
He was playing the scout team.
He's in that position.
Yeah.
He was the running back on wheels.
Yeah.
Well, he tried walking off the injury. He had it was gruesome. And there were like tears and stuff in there that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
Ligaments.
Well, yeah. Hopefully.
It would have been it would have been better if he just straight up broke his ankle.
Yeah.
What do we think is going to happen to him in the future here? Will he be able to come back full?
The way he runs, his style, I mean, you really have no idea. He's a bigger guy, so I don't know how the ankle would hold up. I mean, it really, you don't know.
Right. All right. So we're looking at week 9 of the 2025 NFL season. It kicks off tomorrow night, or tonight as you're listening to this. Ravens, Dolphins. And the Dolphins have been hot and cold. The AFC East won every team won.
It was a weird Sunday all around. There was the average margin of victory for games was 18.5 points. So that's a pretty shitty day. There weren't many close games.
Yeah.
And favorites went 11-2. The only ones winning, underdogs winning, were the Jets, who we were on. I told you it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, you did.
Black knee. And then who else? Who's the other? The Miami beat the Falcons.
Yeah, right.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
One day they're great. Next day they're not. I mean, it's strange.
I would like the Ravens in this just on paper, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Ravens bounce back. Jackson is playing. That's confirmed. So, they need this game. And if you look at their schedule coming up, I think they will win that division, which is crazy to say that they're 2-5 now and they're going to win that division. They're the favorites to win the division now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we're going to rip off. We're going to look back and they're going to be 7-5 in no time. Look at I see you got your phone out there. Look, what's their next 4 games?
Who's this?
5 games for the Ravens.
The Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens have put up. Well, they have Miami coming up, and then
that's tomorrow night.
So I was just looking at FanDuel here. So let me just.
What do they got it at for the division?
I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
I'm not. But the Ravens are probably. I mean, they're.
You got to hope the Ravens. If you're a Bills fan, you got to hope the Ravens lose tomorrow.
Yes. That's
the bottom line. Because the Ravens, they come back with Lamar, and then they're just going to just go on a trail of wins.
They are. They're going to be 7-5.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2-5 now. They're going to win 5 in a row.
Fuck.
That's not good.
Give me some of your locks this week. Who do you like? I mean,
actually, now that we said it, I know we just trashed them, but we're going to go back. We're Atlanta 5.5 against
the Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah, they're taking on the Patriots. Okay, so that's a 1:00 game Sunday. You like this? The Falcons 5.5, giving 5.5.
Yes, they're getting
5.5. So this game is
it's in Foxborough.
Yeah.
Yep. But whenever they get, we saw this early in the year when they lost 30-0 to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Then they came out the week after and they beat the Redskins. So I think we're going to see something similar there. I don't think they're, I don't necessarily think they're going to win, but I'd like the 5.5. That's too many points.
There's another game that could be kind of interesting, and I don't know where you stand on this one, if it's even one of your picks this week. But the Colts Steelers it's an intriguing game to me.
Steelers plus 3.5.
Okay,
we are fading the Colts again, who are led by Jonathan Taylor. I don't even know who their quarterback is, but Jonathan Taylor is that team. I mean, that's why they are as good as they are. The Steelers, though, again, I like them at home catching over a field goal, and they need this game.
Yeah, they do.
The last two, and I think it's a huge bounce back spot for them. And we're just waiting for this Jones game to show up, and I think we see it Sunday. It's their first only their second outdoor game of the season. So they're playing outside. You know, they've lived in a dome all season. So I just think that that could definitely have an effect on them. And I think I could see Jones, couple of picks, playing like shit like he should and always has. And we'll take the Steelers plus 3.5.
Steelers plus 3.5. All right. Who else do you like? I'm going to throw another one out there. I asked that, and then I see the schedule, and I like this is another intriguing one because I think the Texans have a great defense. I really do. I think they have an unbelievable defense. And the Broncos just seem to be kind of on a tear here. What do you think?
We're going, and I don't know if you're reading my sheet here,
I'm
but
not.
that is the lock of the week.
Okay. All right. Good.
Houston Texans minus 1.5.
Yeah.
We're going to go with the better defense and the better quarterback here. That defense, Houston's defense is awesome. Maybe the best in the league.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, their defense is unbelievable. And look, the Broncos have been very impressive. Bo Nix has done.
I don't see them doing much here.
Okay.
Patrick Surtain's out, so and I think Nico Collins is back, so CJ Stroud should have a good
full
time.
Yeah,
you know. Yep. So they should do well, and I believe they will win that game, and I like that. That is the lock of the week, and that's going to be an ugly game too, an under. I'm not playing it, but if I were to lean that under, I think it's like 39.5. That's going to be a
39.5.
game. You're going to see like 17-14, 17-10, 13.
Well, that's a low scoring.
Lower, yep.
I like this. I'm tuned into juice now. I'm getting it. I'm all right. I'm squeezing the juice.
Squeezing the juice.
What else, Juice? What else we got? I know there's a game.
Another one we're going to go. This is a division game, and again, the division game. You always side with the underdog, especially if they're catching over a touchdown. We're going to take the Minnesota Vikings plus 8.5
in Detroit.
Again. Correct.
That is a 1:00 game. Yep. Vikings Lions. Okay.
J.J. McCarthy starting. Detroit's secondary still really banged up. I expect Justin Jefferson to have kind of his breakout game of the year, and I think he could really torch that secondary of Detroit. And I'll take over a touchdown all day.
Wow. Okay. Look at this. Yeah, because I think a lot of people would go the other way on that game. Just on paper, I don't know. We have to ask about this one. The 4:25 game Sunday.
I'll be there.
Taylor Swift in Buffalo. You're going to be there?
Yeah, I'm going.
Now I wish I was going.
You want to go?
No.
I have an extra ticket.
No, I'm good. I've already.
Sure.
Yeah, buddy, I got a ton of shit to do this weekend, and I just can't.
Me too, but I'm still going.
That's why you're better. You're better than me. I can't say anything. But 4:25, Chiefs, Bills. How do you see this one playing out? Oh, don't do that! I saw the hesitation, pull back in his chair, and he shook his head to the left.
I tell you what, I mean, if I had to pick right now, I think the Chiefs win the game. I think they're playing better football now.
They are. They're unbelievable.
I think they're the better team. However, Buffalo does very well against them in the regular season.
This is a sales job.
This
is a sales job. Anybody I know who in sales of any level at anything, they soften it for you.
Yeah, right.
Hey, listen,
but
I really like you.
I mean, Kansas City has been on a tear. You got to remember, though, they've played 3 straight home games, so now they're going on the road. And in those games at home, they've outscored 89-24. they're coming off, their defense is not allowed, over 20 points. So I think you'll see some regression there. Allen, as long as he can move, they can't, I like to see him action, with his legs, win that game.
Right.
But, the Bills will be as good as Allen will let them. Cook was awesome on Sunday. Can he repeat that? That Chiefs defense is good. So, I think they're going to need something else. But I think for the Bills, Pacheco, I don't think he's playing, right, Danny?
I don't think so.
He's out, right?
Yeah, I think he's out.
So that should help Buffalo. They're not going to get to Mahomes anyway, I don't think. But, I'm not going to take that. I'm probably going to put something live in, being there, watching it, seeing what happens.
Okay.
The over is always fun for that.
Sure it
A
is.
shootout, I think, 52.5 or something like that.
Yeah, that would be fun. All right, what else you got? Is there anything else that we're missing that's on the big board for NFL week number 9?
Not really. I think we covered we covered everything that I got.
Yeah, Cardinals Cowboys looks like a snooze fest to me. I don't know why. And it's probably not. Is it?
No, that'll be some points too.
Yeah.
Is Murray playing?
I don't know if
Murray
Murray's
back?
playing.
No, I think he's back. I think he's back this week.
All right.
And I think even dating back to high school, I don't think he's ever lost in Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Like high school, college. He played in the Texas State Championship there.
Mm-hmm.
He played there in college a couple times, bowl games. He's never lost in that stadium.
Wow.
The Sunday night game.
Okay. Oh, is that the Sunday night game? I'm
Yep.
sorry, I
Is
said
that-
Monday.
That should be
That's
a
the
good
Sunday
game.
night.
Probably definitely be some points in there because once again, Dallas is an over delight.
I have it as Monday at 8:15. What are you looking at? Monday, November 3rd, Dallas Cardinals. Look at this.
Oh yeah, it's Monday night.
It's Monday night. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong spot.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Thank you. You come off
Sunday
all.
night is-
Hey, it's Sunday
Sunday night
night,
is
and I buy in
Washington,
because it's.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
I
no,
buy in like an idiot.
No, because I'm an idiot. No, that is Monday night. Sheesh.
It's fine. It's fine. No one's keeping score. Juice, how's the kid?
Kid's good. He's doing well. He was 6 weeks last Friday,
Okay.
so that was cool. And he's growing like a weed.
And the birthday party with the Barbie stuff and all that.
I'm still picking up shit.
Was there glitter involved in any way?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
the
got
pinata busted, and there's just the amount of stuff they put in there, the glitter, the beads, the fucking little I don't know, whatever you call it, the fucking streamer shit.
What?
that stuff, I'll be picking that stuff up for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Every time I think I got
2
it all,
weeks.
I find a little chunk
When
somewhere.
Christmas is coming, and then you're going to forget. You're not even going to know what you're picking up. Could be a Christmas thing. Could be a birthday.
She got so much stuff. It was great though. We had an awesome time. The adults even partied. They were having.
Of course they
we had a
did.
good old time.
How about the? Did anybody get drunk and go out on the swing set or jungle gym or whatever that is?
No. There was a couple of kids went out there and played, but no adults.
I
Everybody
mean
behaved.
adults, yeah. Okay.
No, everybody's good. But no, definitely there beers were drank, and half a bottle of my bourbon was gone too.
Well, you don't know.
I found a couple of, it was a Barbie party, so that there was some pink Whitney shooters I found in the that people were doing as well. So that was fun. We had a good old time, man.
All right, very good. Well, congratulations on all the success. The picks, they're paying for birthday parties.
Paying for birthday
You gotta
parties.
follow
We have not had a losing week
No.
yet.
No.
And our locks are 7-1. We've only lost one lock.
Okay, 7-1. I like it. That's pretty good. And there's a lock this
What are
week.
your guys' picks for that? I want to hear your picks for the Bills game.
Well, I took Kansas City by 2 touchdowns.
I'm a homer. I'm going with the Bills. I am. And I'm going to say it's going to be something like 23-17, low scoring. Or maybe I'll go higher. Maybe I'll say 44-38.
I hope you're right.
44-38.
That'd be fun.
Kansas City.
That'd be a fun game.
Kansas City. And then in the final moments, Josh just right over into the corner of the end zone, right into Shakir's arms, and boom.
Start the Kevin Bacon parade. All is well.
2 feet down, touchdown. We don't even need to review it. It looked that good. That's what
Well, actually, the regular season game last year, I was at that that one as well. That was like the Allen play of the year. Remember when he ran it in from like the 40-yard line?
Yeah.
You know, and that was maybe the loudest I've ever heard at Bill Stadium. That place was freaking erupting.
A lot of people said that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that was a cool moment to be there.
All right, Juice. Well, we'll see how we do, but we won't blame anybody.
Hey, put them in. What are we at for the payout? Usually drum that up as.
So if you go with all of these, if you bet $10, let's say, okay, you're going to hit $842
on $10.
Yes, on $10. So
that's on what?
Okay,
app?
so let's review. This is on FanDuel. So if you take the Falcons getting 5 at New England, if you take the Texans laying 1.5, hosting the Broncos, and take the under, if you take Pittsburgh getting 3 at home against Indianapolis, Minnesota on the road with getting 8.5 in Detroit, and Kansas City losing a 1.5 in Buffalo, and of course taking the over with Arizona at Dallas, you're going to get, unless you, I don't know if you made a pick or if you just picked the over on that one. That would,
the over of the Dallas, but I never picked Buffalo.
Okay, you never picked Buffalo. Okay,
no.
So that would be $444 if you bet $10.
Really, with 400, we're losing $400 taking Buffalo out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, interesting.
Damn. That's
I know.
It's like half.
FanDuel's they're getting a little selfish with the money.
DraftKings, will you?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you saying about the parlays may go away?
So the parlays, they're talking about trying to get them to go away because they feel like people are betting, let's say for basketball, LeBron's going to have 10 and the name Curry will have 25 in the fourth quarter or whatever. And they did have that one player who goes, hey, man, don't bet on me tonight. I'm going to pull myself out of the game.
Rozier, yeah,
and I'm going to do 9. So I go, the Mafia's ruined everything. The bigger thing with this, and look, it's like insider trading if you know who's not playing in a certain game, right? It is. And you can place your bets, and it does affect that sort of stuff if you have inside knowledge. Right. And it's more in the college game because the NFL, you have to release that, and primarily because of the betting.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I don't know. The most interesting part to this whole gambling scandal to me is the underground poker and the fact that they were able to hack. Because this will never happen in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Those card deck machines are checked all the time. They're updated all the time. They get the latest software. If I'm in an underground game in Miami or New York City and you're pulling in some big guys, it's cool to say, hey, I got to play poker with LeBron James, for example. He wasn't one of these guys. But, like Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups, right.
Right? But at the same time, I'm going, I have wanted X-ray glasses since I saw them in the back of the Bazooka Joe comic.
Right.
And they showed you with the swirly things that you could look through a girl's skirt and see her slip or her underwear or whatever. And I've never, ever, ever, ever been able to get them. And how does the fucking FBI find that they don't even have it? It's the Mafia.
The mob has it.
The Mafia.
I never understood that either.
They got X-ray glasses and X-ray contact lenses. Unbelievable. And then all just the technology with stuff. I mean, it's like the Wild West with Wi-Fi, these guys.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
The glasses they were wearing, though, they were only good for those that certain deck.
Yes, right? I think you're right. And I think also they had some readers on phones that could read the deck. And there were also guys who, when the dealer flipped over the flop cards, could tell exactly where the deck was cut and pretty much know who everybody had. Look, I don't know. You go in there, and I don't know what the buy-in in these things is. I know there were buy-ins locally that were 2,000, but I don't know buy-ins in cities like Miami and New York. That's unbelievable. I have no idea. But, yeah. So they get busted, and I'm like, okay, who got hurt here? The only bad part is the integrity of the sport.
Well, yeah.
That's the part that I don't like, but who got hurt in the fucking underground poker game? Nobody fucking should care. But they'd care because they're not getting the taxes on it. That's why they care.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
right? But it's the integrity of the sport is you do have to start to question this a little bit. How do you protect yourself if the mafia gets to anybody, and they're calling them mobsters, but by definition, that's like violent criminals. I'm pretty sure. Look it up. Yeah, I don't know if they were, but they're calling it. I go, boy, it's a whole new mafia, isn't it?
Well, the weird thing about this whole situation is there's now people have gone through Instagram and have created videos where the Golden State Warriors are sitting there like in a 10-point game, talking behind towels, going, "Oh man, if we don't cover here, we're gonna," There's also discussions about certain head coaches in college who want to stroke the alumni, so they'll kick a field goal if they know that let's say the point spread's like 43.5, and they're only up by 42. At the end of the game, they'll go and kick a field goal to try to cover for the alumni who bet on them.
Oh,
it's certain things like that influencing.
Big boosters. Yep. Oh, they know the spread. College coaches 100% know the spread of the game.
I would believe that totally. I look to me, I think that the booster clubs in the colleges or the alumni who gave back $10 million to the team or donated whatever he did, that's the guy that controls everything.
Yeah.
If he wants the head coach out,
oh,
don't
dude,
tell me
look what happened at LSU. Look what happened at Penn State 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right. Brian Kelly, $54 million buyout.
Yeah.
You're going to pay me $54 million golden parachute to suck?
To suck.
By the way, he didn't even suck.
No.
He just didn't win a national championship.
Right.
And he lost 3 in a row, and he was a prick to the alumni, so get rid of him. See ya.
Right.
Here's $54 million. Have a good time.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The amount of money is crazy. And I think Rex Ryan was asked or pressed on ESPN, are you interested in that job? He goes, $54 million? The hell I am. Yeah. There we go. Right. But it is a lot of dancing to the alumni and whoever's making the donations to these teams. Or pushing NIL deals.
Well, the reason these guys got caught, though, is because the parameters built into like FanDuel and DraftKings, when a bunch of people are putting thousands of dollars on the idea that Terry Rozier's not.
Okay, but that tips it off, and then they got to go. Like the underground poker to me is not anything to really. I don't
understand what that's all about.
Well, I get it. I mean, it's taxes. It's a tax issue, plain and simple.
It is, but like Cash Patel, I'm sorry, we got other things in this country to worry about.
Shit.
Man, but let's worry about the NBA.
But I would go, let's protect the integrity of this sport.
You do have to protect the integrity of the sport. That is commerce, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's not celebrate like we just bombed Russia or something like that.
It's a little stupid.
Not that I would want to do that. I'm just as an example.
Is that what you want to do?
I always thought the integrity of the game would be in place because these guys are making so much money per game that why would they risk fucking around and,
I'm with you, but I mean, just to hear the Terry Rozier story it's interesting, right? I mean, and the NBA pays inordinate amounts of money. I don't know what his salary was, but I'm sure it was somewhere in the millions at least.
Oh, yes.
And, so to your point, I would say, yeah, it makes sense. But then we have this.
Say if his salary was, $25 million or something, and he's making, $270,000 a game. That means someone would have to pay him more than that to fuck around with one game. Get what I'm saying? So, and if you see a bet come in for
or there's nothing and he's just friends with these guys and goes, hey man, I'm going to put myself out. I partied with you guys too much last night. I'm going to fake an injury. Don't bet on me. And that gets out. I mean, it could be something as
something innocuous. So in other words, like he tells one of his buddies, I'm not playing tonight.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, hey, Terry's not playing tonight, man. I want to put some money on this.
Right.
I mean, it could be something as innocent as that.
Right. Exactly. So, Juice, always a pleasure. We'll see how it goes.
Thank you, man.
Yep, appreciate it, guys. Enjoy and good luck to the Bills this Sunday. I'll do my best to will them to victory.
Please cheer them on. All right, there he goes. Juice Fields, father of Ford Fields, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. I find this very interesting. The parlays going away, and I think that's why. Or there's a push to make them go
away. There's a push. I don't think it's going to go away. That's too much. There's too much money.
I can't imagine. I mean, the problem is it's money, and you have sort of and you're all in bed with it. You got LeBron James of the NBA, who is the ones under the spotlight with this, doing commercials for DraftKings.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, did you see when the story broke on ESPN. Did you see what?
No, I didn't.
So they're on Get Up on ESPN. Mike Greenberg's talking about like the integrity of the game, and on the bottom line it says ESPN bet. Right. So someone in the control room, get that down, take that off. In the middle of his discussion, all of a sudden the bottom of the screen goes blank. No, you can't hear it, but I mean you can see it.
Yeah.
And so it goes viral. Hey. ESPN, take down the bet part.
Because everybody's making money off of it. And
the leagues are into it.
Of course, because it brings more money in. It brings more eyes. It takes the casual fan and makes them a fan. Or I don't, maybe it doesn't, but it sure makes them a fan of the betting. Mm-hmm. And they get maybe addicted, or they have enjoyment, and they come back, and you can do it from your couch, and you can do it against your buddies, and it's easy.
Well, there was a conspiracy theory with the last Luka trade. So when Luka Doncic was traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Lakers, which why would you trade within your conference, let alone to a team that has a history of winning, right? We're going to send him to LeBron's team. That makes no sense. You know, why would you do that? Because the story is that after Mark Cuban sold the team, the story was that they wanted to. The new owners want to build a casino outside the stadium in Dallas, and Texas is against, casino gambling. So the idea is, okay, well, we're going to tank our team, and then we're going to move to Vegas if you don't give us what we want.
Oh, look at
now. I'm not saying that that's the case. This is a theory that came out after this trade. Because why would you trade Luke? And then the draft lottery happens, and guess who gets the number 1 overall pick? Not one of the worst teams in basketball. Not the
Dallas
second worst basketball team. The Dallas freaking Mavericks get it.
Why? Because they want him to stay there.
No, they're like, hey, if you send Luka out, we'll take care of you. Come June.
That you think that's a different theory?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like the league was involved, possibly.
Well, you never know. I mean, look, we've always wondered. Mm-hmm. People have often said it's rigged, it's this, it's that. It's entertainment. I have no idea. Well, I enjoy it. I like to think it's not. I like to think it's the last meritocracy on the planet.
Yes.
Right?
It's like 2 pure meritocracies.
And what are they?
Sports.
Yeah.
And sales.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, that's true. Right?
Sports and sales.
If you can talk shit better than the other person.
Yep.
That's it, baby.
Yep.
I'm buying your shit.
That's it.
All right. For Peter Montemurno, not impressed by the pacing head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
No, he's frenetic.
Sean McDermott. For Juice Fields, who's got another great lock of the week. For Dan Barillo, fan of baseball, fan of football, fan of it all. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you Monday.
Seems they were looking for a Cadillac with Tennessee plates.